Bonjour tout le monde, and welcome for the very last time to my train of thought in my American closet. As you can see, it's pretty much empty. All that is in here are outfits for the next 2 days and some stuff that I'm taking to Plato's Closet tomorrow to sell. If you follow the Daily Savant blog, you know that in a matter of days, 2 days, I will be moving from near Chicago to Germany. And if you're wondering why my hair is like this, it's because I'm heading to my going away party, and it is a wigging out theme, so I figured I may as well go big, or just don't go at all. Anyway, so I've been chatting with a number of you about putting together a post or a vlog about how to prepare to move to another country or another continent. So here we go. As I'm going through this, I want you to be aware of the fact that I know where I'm going. So I know where I'll be living, I know what the space is like, I know what kind of storage space I'll have. So a lot of what I have done has kind of been tailored to that just because I've been there before. But yeah, so awesome. You're moving to another country or another continent, and that's huge. And maybe it's for work, and maybe it's for school, or maybe like me, it's for love and to make dreams come true. That's pretty awesome. So the first thing that you have to figure out when you are moving to a new country or continent is residency and citizenship. Different countries have different sorts of rules and regulations concerning who can live, where, and how long they can stay, and what kind of documentation you need in order to legally stay there. And in my case, as a United States citizen going to the European Union, I'm able to get into the country with just a passport. And I can stay for just 90 days. So I'll actually end up, if I don't get residency, I will get kicked out 3 days before my birthday. So cross your fingers and hope that I am able to get residency, because that would not be a good birthday present, being kicked out of Europe. I contacted the consulate in Chicago, who told me not to do anything until I actually get overseas, but to bring with me my birth certificate, social security card, passport, college diplomas, bank statements, pretty much anything that can prove who I am, where I'm from, and what my skill set is, because I cannot apply for a work permit until I have a residency permit. And I guess I'm lucky because I know where I'll be living, and I will be living with someone who will be helping to support me until I am able to get residency and or a job, so that's good, and I'm hoping that that works in my favor. But yeah, cross your fingers, and definitely look into all of that. Once you've figured out residency and the likelihood of you being able to stay for however long, you need to get yourself a plane ticket. And you need to consider if you're doing a two-way ticket or a one-way ticket or what. And I have never actually done this. I am flying with a one-way ticket because I don't know if I will be able to get residency. I'm hoping that I will, and I didn't want to spend the extra money to get a two-way ticket and have to change the date that I'm returning, and it was just a lot easier and less expensive to go one way. If you're moving for school or work, you may want to do a two-way ticket. Or do an open-ended ticket so you know when you get there, but say you're going for school, classes finish, and you want to stay and travel for a while, you can book a ticket with flexible days and play with that, so definitely consider that. Then if, like me, you don't really know how long you're going for and it's not for work or school, you've got a lot of random little things to take care of. Car insurance, health insurance, your phone, dealing with your bills. If you're in an apartment, get that, move out or sublet it. With me, I've changed my insurance, so my car will be in storage. I'm storing my car at my aunt's house, and I know that. You may want to sell your car if you have one. So you have to make a lot of decisions. The phone thing is kind of crazy. I'm able to suspend my account for 6 months, and then after that I either have to pay to cancel it or sign it over to someone else. And so that's kind of up in the air, but make sure you contact everyone for any kind of bill that you have, any kind of expense. Get in touch with someone who can give you answers. So number one, you're not paying a whole ton of extra money, like the insurance to have your car on the road. You can cut that like in half, in fourths, whatever, and pay significantly less to have your car in storage. So don't spend that extra money. Make sure you get in touch with whoever you need to take care of all of that. Once you have all of that figured out, you need to figure out what you're going to pack and how you are going to get it, where you want to get it. And my first suggestion for that is literally look at everything you own and sell or donate at least half of it. You are moving to a new place. You don't need to bring all of this baggage with you. It's kind of a fresh start. You're moving on. Just get rid of it. You can do yard sales, or, you know, I did a yard sale, I did a craft sale, I've been selling on Poshmark and Amazon and eBay and going to consignment shops, and I was actually lucky enough that I sold enough that I broke even with what I spent on my plane ticket, and then I ended up making more, so I've got money for moving expenses. I can buy myself a sandwich at the airport, and I have extra money for travel once I get abroad. And if you are not, you know, wanting to sell stuff, if the money's not an issue, definitely look up a local charity and donate stuff. Everything that I didn't sell, I did donate to a charity that I volunteer for, and I know that they'll use it and they'll be able to profit from everything, so yay. And figure out what your baggage allowance is. And I didn't do this literally until 2 days ago, and I was planning on bringing a big suitcase and a carry-on suitcase and shipping boxes. And then I realized it might be less expensive for me just to check another bag. And I'm flying from Chicago to New York on American Airlines, and then I switch in New York to Singapore Airlines and fly that to Germany. And I was looking at both carriers and their baggage allowances, and it was really confusing, so I ended up calling American, because usually you don't pay to check a bag internationally, so I wasn't really worried about Singapore Airlines. I called American and was on hold for probably 45 minutes, and you know, I talked to one person and they wouldn't know, so they'd have me call someone else. I finally got a human. Did you know if you're on the phone with someone and they're giving you those automated options, you can say, I want a human, and it'll put you through to the operator? It actually works. I did that and I got a human who was able to give me answers. She looked up my booking number, saw, you know, my whole itinerary, changing carriers and all of that, and told me that I'm allowed to check 2 50-pound suitcases for free. So I did not have to ship any boxes, but what I did have to do when I started packing was, because I have a big suitcase that's really lightweight and kind of flimsy, and I borrowed a suitcase from my aunt that's a really nice, Tumi, huge, like, the thing is huge. It weighs 16 pounds empty. So I put all my clothes, which are the lighter objects, in the super heavy bag, and then I put all my shoes and toiletries and accessories in my flimsier bag, and then in my carry-on I have a giant binder that I use for work. It's got all sorts of stuff. It weighs a ton. I've got books, I've got notebooks, like all that really, really heavy stuff is in my carry-on, and then I have my computer bag, so I've kind of balanced things so I'm not super wobbly and lopsided. And I do love the way that I packed. I'm normally a very compartmentalized packer when I go on vacations, and I will pull out like a month in advance all the outfits that I'm going to wear on the trip, and then I'll make little sticky notes with, I'll wear this jewelry and these shoes, and then when I pack things, it's, you know, I either pack the outfits together, or I'll pack like all the shoes and all the pants and all this and all that. And so that's how I packed for this, and it's been great because I've been packed for a few days, and I've needed stuff because my closet's empty, my drawers are empty, but I know exactly where to go to look for things because I did compartmentalize. I didn't just start tossing stuff in. So when I needed an extra toothbrush, I knew exactly where I could go in my suitcase to grab that. And when I needed a pair of like sweatpants the other night, we were doing a bonfire, I knew exactly where to go to get those. Super helpful. It's made everything so much easier. So those are my tips. I guess just stay calm. Make sure you have, you know, all of your important paperwork together. Keep it with you. Do not let it out of your sight. Hold on to your passport and your birth certificate and all that stuff you need to work on with your residency. Keep that on you all the time. When I travel abroad, I usually check for my passport like 7 or 8 times. Even once I've gotten through security, once I'm at the gate, I check all the time. Just make sure you have that with you. Do not let anyone get that. Stay calm. Have big dreams. Be willing to take risks. Put yourself out there. The end of my video did not record. I didn't even realize that until this morning when I went to edit it. Anyway, what I was saying was if you're moving to another continent, try to keep those tips in mind. Stay calm. Just let things happen. Be open to new things and just have big dreams. Just reach for them. And when I first decided that I was going to go and live abroad and leave my job and my house and all of that, I had a lot of people tell me that I was super irresponsible and that it was a terrible idea and that I would fail. But as time went on, more and more people kind of rallied behind me, and since I've made this decision, I have not been happier. I really don't know when I've been happier. Everything has just felt a lot lighter. So even though there's a lot going on and there's a lot of uncertainty, I definitely feel good about it, and hopefully you'll feel good about it too. So keep those tips in mind, and I hope they're helpful. And congratulations, good luck moving, and thanks for watching.